Hey guys, today I am with Chris, the owner of Invictus Defense Academy. Today we are going to go over a few concealed carry options. Chris, go ahead and tell us about yourself.
My name is Chris Green. I'm the owner and chief instructor of Invictus Defense Academy and the founder of the Invictus Fighting System. I'm a Krav Maga expert. I'm a 13-year law enforcement veteran, Marine Corps combat veteran, and I've been running this place for about 4 years now.
Awesome. So today we are featuring Tactica Defense Fashion concealed carry options. First, I have the executive purse with the locking mechanism. It does have the hook and loop holster, holstering my SIG P365. All right, Chris, so if I'm carrying a concealed carry purse, what do you suggest is the best way to carry it or to draw from?
Yeah, so a couple different things. If you have the short straps like you have right now, obviously having it on your support side is actually a really good idea because your strong side will actually be able to access the weapon easier.
Okay, so I am right-handed, so you are suggesting that I keep it on my left side?
Correct, and if you're a southpaw, obviously it would go the other way.
Okay.
Right, so this way you can come across with your dominant hand and unzip and then access your weapon very easily and come up and actually punch out on target fairly easily because you can always shoot one-handed.
Okay.
The upside of this is you can also just drop your left hand, drop the purse, and then you can marry up and now you have your two-handed shooting platform. Why? Because that's just property and you got the important stuff out so that way you can engage your
Give
threat.
them my purse.
Yeah, why not? But then you can engage the threat appropriately and you don't have anything in your way at that point. The other side of that is you want to make sure that you know exactly how your pistol is configured in the purse while you're carrying it. So that way, so say it were flipped around, right? Then you would have to be searching for your weapon. So make sure that you know exactly the configuration of the weapon in the purse and you're carrying it the same way all the time.
And the great part about that is that there is Velcro inside the purse and you can place your holster in a position that is comfortable for you.
Correct. So, and then if you have the long strap, obviously going over the body, and then I would also suggest staying on the support side. Why? So you can secure it with your support hand and grab with your dominant hand so you can punch out and actually shoot very comfortably and accurately.
Awesome, thank you. Next we have the Tactica Defense Fashion jacket. Jackets can be a great option to conceal firearms depending on how secure some of the pockets are.
Okay, so in this jacket, you've got a lot of pockets, and most jackets now come with a bunch of them. My personal suggestion is having it in one of the hip-style pockets. The reason for this is when I come up and I try to mug her and I want to get wallet or whatever, keys or whatever it is I want, she can reach in there and she's like, all right, I'm getting the keys, and she can actually engage from that pocket, meaning she can get in there, she can get a hold of her weapon, and she could actually shoot from inside the pocket or get a fairly quick draw. So this is really good. Speed, surprise, violence of action is exactly what we want. So you'll just reach in and just aim right at me, right here. Boom. She can still engage right from here. It's gonna still, cause me damage, which works out really well for her. She could also carry on the inside pocket and on the inside of the jacket. Now, there's a lot of pros and cons to this. The pro to that is it's not as easy to discover as when it's here. For example, if you're walking through a busy area, Vegas, whatever, why you would wear a jacket like this in Vegas, but who knows. But if I'm walking and I bump into her and I feel this heavy metal object, I'm going to know that she's got a weapon, or it's definitely going to pique my interest. And that goes against everything of what we're trying to do as a concealed carrier. Nobody knows that we have it. The upside to up there is that's a very obvious grab, right? And that's something that you can defend fairly easily. But the draw is longer and it's a little more compromising. Meaning, when she goes for the inside the pocket and she starts to draw the firearm here, and I'm looking, as soon as I see that weapon, go ahead and start taking that out. Boom! I can trap and I can hit. Because her hand is across her body, it's easy to trap her arm to her body just by pushing in there. Therefore, she can't get the weapon on target and she's not going to be able to engage. So now you're going to have to fight for your weapon. Now our philosophy is you fight to your weapon, not fight for your weapon. Because when you're having to fight for it, that means you have someone trying to take it from you. So it is not the best option to hold it in the pocket up here. However, that's totally your choice. You have to weigh those pros and cons for you and your lifestyle.
Next is the Tactica Defense Corset Holster. So I'm a huge fan of belly bands and corset holsters because I can carry my gun on my person. I know that it's safe and secure, and if I'm going to need it in a heightened situation, it's going to be right where I want it to be. This does have 2 pockets, so if I wanted to carry my gun, I can carry a knife, my keys, mace, whatever makes me feel secure, which is my firearm.
Extra ammo is always a good idea.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Having
Or
that extra pocket for it is
extra
perfect.
magazine. Yep.
So the upside to this, like she said, is you have it on your body and you have 100% control of it all the time. The other upside is that it's easily concealed, especially with the female form. So when she drops her tank top, right, notice that it's very easy to conceal, right? And obviously anybody brushing up against you that close is somebody that you've allowed to get that close, so it shouldn't be an issue. Anybody who's getting that close, it's time for the 1-arm distance rule and get them away from you. So the upside is it's just like concealed carry for dudes with shirts. We're going to grab the shirt, we're going to rip up high, we're going to be able to access our firearm either from the appendix or from the 4 o'clock and then punch out and get up on target. And then getting it back into the holster is just as easy. Now the downside is that this is a all fabric, so it can close on you. So you're going to have to do a little bit of wiggling around to get that thing back in there. But obviously, it's not a speed competition on how to get it back in the holster. You can take your time to get back in there, and so that way everything is secured and you're safe in the process. So ultimately, it's a really good way of carrying for women. I highly suggest it because it goes with the majority of your wardrobe choices.
It really does. I have, especially in the summer, you wear less clothing. You don't want to carry a purse around a lot of the time. And so having the corset holster has been a really great option for me to be able to always leave my house with a firearm.
Right.
So now I am wearing my Tactica Defense concealed carry leggings. I do have a concealed carry pocket in the right front. I have one in the right rear. I also have a pocket right here on the left side if I wanted to carry an extra magazine, a knife, mace, or money.
So the benefits of this is, again, the weapon is on you, so it's not loose like a jacket or a purse. You can take a jacket off, you can set your purse down, therefore you no longer have control of it, whereas these, they've been attached to you, which is really, really good. And then it's your choice whether you want to carry appendix or like in the 4 o'clock position. It kind of depends on your...
I prefer right in the front.
Okay, yeah, so for 13 years, I had my gun on my hip, so I only know the 4 o'clock position. I don't change it at all. So,
Okay.
But making sure that you always train from whatever you're going to carry. So if you're using a couple different modalities of the styles that you're using, make sure you're practicing with it before you go out.
Okay.
The upside to this, again, easy access, easy to conceal, right? Making sure you clear any retention devices. Sometimes they'll put like a thumb strap or a retention strap on there for you. Making sure that is easily removable before you have to get to your weapon. And then just like I said, practice with it. So stuff like this, I highly suggest. Why? Because the weapon's on you. And just be careful because you may have to like hike up your pants a little more because of the added weight. That's all.
Absolutely. A great option or a great thing about the concealed carry pants. I'm always outdoors. I love going for walks with my dog. I go jogging. I love to go hiking. And so a lot of the time, if you're concealing your gun in your backpack, it is not easily accessible. If you're carrying it on your person and something happens, you know that you're going to have a better opportunity to keep yourself safe.
Correct.
All right, Chris, so today we have gone over a few different concealed carry options. Sometimes, and I would say most of the time, that's not enough. Training is extremely important. So do you have some tips and tricks for us today?
Yeah, you have to train everything. I'm a cross-training person, right? Yeah, just because you have a hammer doesn't mean everything's a nail. So you need to have a complete toolbox. So the analogy that I give is firearm stuff is all the tools for, say, plumbing. And then Krav Maga is all the tools for building a house, the framework or a fence or whatever the case may be. Jiu-Jitsu, that's all your electrical stuff. And combat fitness is all of the stuff for working on a car. So you have to have all the tools for all those different possible problems that may pop up. If all you have is a hammer, doesn't mean everything's a nail. You can get a lot done, but you're going to have to do some more improvising. So the more you train, the better you are, the more prepared you are to handle anything that might come up in front of you.
Makes sense.
Some of the things that we cover in our tactical skills stuff is how to close with and engage your enemy appropriately and safely. So there are ways to close with and engage so that, because police are minutes away, if not longer, so how to do that as safely as possible using all the same tactics that, we teach to law enforcement. The other thing we teach is VIP protection, and third-party protection. So, like for example, if I had you by the hand, we're walking, how to protect you. So by pulling you behind me and then accessing my weapon and then punching out on target. Also talking about the considerations for if we have kids involved, how do I best protect you so that you can protect the kids? A lot of different, things that people don't typically think about. Why? Because we're so focused on target practice and make sure we get rounds on target and get them in the 10 ring. That's one very important aspect of it, but there's so much more to it that a lot of people don't even look at. So those are the things that we want to hit as much as possible in all of our classes.
Chris, today was amazing. Thank you so much for going over all of the concealed carry options. I would love to know more about your training programs.
Yeah, so here at Invictus we have Krav Maga, which is an Israeli self-defense system. It's purely built for self-defense for everybody. So we offer that. Our kickboxing classes are a mixture of Muay Thai, Western boxing, and Dutch kickboxing. And our combat fitness class looks a lot like CrossFit. It's not CrossFit, but it's all fitness that's built to make a stronger fighter. So whatever the person is most into, they can get in here and they get a little bit of all of that. That's part of our self-defense package. The other thing you get with the self-defense package is our tactical skills class that's on the first Saturday of every month, where I'm teaching concealed carry skills, how to be a better concealed carrier. It's all the stuff that I taught to tactical units and detectives who were carrying more concealed throughout their career. So we want to give everybody as much information on how to be a responsible concealed carrier as possible.
That's wonderful. Do you do anything specifically for women?
Yeah, so Friday nights from 5:30 to 7 is our women's only class. It's run by Coach Deborah Chris and Coach Tina Quintal. They both come in and they run a women's only hour and a half. But we also have a lot of women training throughout the week, and the more you can train with everybody, the better.
Awesome. Well, you heard it, guys. Check out Invictus Defense Academy.